Hi everyone, it's Van. Hope you're all doing okay and keeping well and having a nice Thursday so far. I'm doing something at my comfort zone today, while I'm putting myself on camera. I'm not covering myself up because it's too hot at the moment, so excuse my bat wings and stuff. I was tagged in a post by Mike at Bibliophile Reads the other day, which I didn't know until I looked on the description on his video, because I don't get notifications like in regards to tags and things. So if I hadn't looked on the description, I wouldn't to know that I was tagged in it. So thank you, Mike at Bibliophile Reads. And this is the first tag I've ever done, so I thought I'm going to try. And this one is the reader's personality tag, and I'll just go into it. And again, this is the first time I've ever done anything like this, so I've never done a tag before, so I'll try my best. So the first one says, well, question 1, are you patient or impatient when reading? It depends on the book I'm reading, I think. If I'm enjoying the story and I'm enjoying the characters and the settings and stuff, I will take my time to savour the book and enjoy the book and just have a great time reading. If I'm not enjoying the book, then I won't say I'll try and race through it, but I will try my best to try and get it done as quick as possible. It's very rare I DNF books, very rare. Even if I'm not enjoying it, even if I'm not getting a feel for the characters or a feel for the book itself, I will finish it. I will try and finish it, just to, judge fairly, if you like, and be fair to the author and the book. So I do try not to DNF books. I did DNF one this year because I just couldn't. I think I fell for the hype, and that was Alchemist. No, I'm not saying that's a bad book. I think it was just the hype. The hype got me to read, got me to buy it to read. I just couldn't get into it. That kind of genre, like dystopian, dark dystopian, dark fantasy books, I do enjoy. I have read quite a few. It's just that I just couldn't get into it. I couldn't get into it. I wasn't enjoying it, so I did gently DNF that, but I never went back to it. So yeah, are you patient or impatient reading? It just depends on the book. It depends on the book. Question 2, are you adventurous or comfortable? I'm a kind of mood reader. I'll read anything: horror, fantasy, thrillers, contemporaries. I don't mind, as long as when I've read the synopsis and it appeals to me, I don't mind what genre it's in. I have read, like, as I said before in my previous videos, I have read like romance, like Hallmark style, but that's not for me. I do enjoy the occasional monster romance. But yeah, it just depends what mood I'm in to what I want to read. So adventurous or comfortable, depends how I'm feeling at the time and what genre I want to read from one book to the next. Question 3, organised or spontaneous? Is that in like TBRs? Is that in like TBRs and things? I have tried to do a TBR before now. I did attempt it, but again, being a mood reader, it's just whatever, not so much whatever got on my shelves, it's whatever I'm drawn to, you know, what mood I'm in, how I'm feeling, and in regards to what books and what genres, not so much authors, but just what genres, what books I want to read next. So I would say more spontaneous than organised, but saying that I am reading the Vampire Chronicles at the moment. I am on Blood Canticle, and I will be reading the Princess Stat books after this one. This one I'm reading just to finish this side of the Vampire Chronicles by Anne Rice. So I guess this time round I am more organised. But as a rule, I'm usually like spontaneous. Question 4: optimistic or skeptical? I do try and be optimistic at times, but is that in regards to reading or in general? I'm going to say skeptical. I do try to remain optimistic. I have tried the glass half full, methods, if you like, but I'm just skeptical in regards to world events, in regards to different things. I'm just skeptical, and I'll just put it down. It is what it is, regardless of the situation, regardless of what's happening. I'll put it down to it is what it is, and just keep calm and carry on. So yeah, skeptical. I am skeptical more than optimistic. Question 5: curious or focused? I have got a curious nature. Sometimes curiosity has got the better of me, but I'm not nosy, nothing like that. I'm not like nosy, I'm not, anything like that. But when it comes to discovering things, I am curious to find out more. If I watch a film or watch a TV program and there's like myths and legends and things like that, I am curious to find more or find out more, or like in regards to books, like the book I've just read before this one I'm reading at the moment, Saltwater by Elaine Thompson. It was like based around, like at times it was based around Scottish folklore, myths, legends, and I was curious to find out more about the Sarkies. I found them a very interesting legend, myth to read about. So yeah, I would say I'm more curious. When it comes to like people, like I live and let live sort of thing. If I watch a film or a TV program or read books and I want to find out more, then I will try and discover more. So maybe curious. 6: competitive or relaxed? Is that in not in regards to reading? No, I'm not in competition with nobody. I read at my own pace. It's a good job I'm not in competition with anybody, because I'm not the fastest of readers, I'm not the quickest of readers, and I'm slower than a sloth when it comes to reading, to be honest, at times. But I enjoy it. It's one of my favourite pastimes. It always has been. It's always been one of my favourite hobbies. And I don't feel like it's a competition. Why should reading be a competition? Every reader has their own pace, their own style, and their own, tears of, tears of enjoyment of reading. Some people absolutely adore reading. Some just do it as a, as something to do maybe on a train journey to work and from work and things like that. I don't understand why reading is a competition. It doesn't need to be. I don't understand why it is. And I'll be honest, I find it frankly ridiculous at times. But that's just my opinion. And this Goodreads is like read 2,000 books a year and stuff. I'm like, does it matter? Does it matter if you read 1 book, 2 books, 20 books, 200 books, 2,000 books? Does it really matter? If you read one book during the year, then that's something. That is something. Why does Goodreads? Why does reading have to be a challenge? Just enjoy it for what it is, and have fun doing it, and not feel like pressured, or feel pressured, or maybe feel that you're a good enough reader due to tiers and targets. Basically, enjoy the hobby, and I was going to just read the 1 book or 100 books or 1,000 books. It doesn't matter. It's just there's more important things in the world, and I dare say there's more important things in people's lives than how many books you've read in a year. It's just ridiculous. But again, that's just my opinion. 7, social solitary. Is that like in regards to book groups and things like that? I think, yeah, I'm more solitary. I've never been part of like a library reading group. I am part of a book group on Facebook with friends, and I do enjoy that. I do enjoy like seeing what people are reading, or book hauls and things like that, as I do on YouTube and things. Whereas in like book groups, or as in real life and things like that, no. I tend to read solitary. I've been tempted to join book groups like my local library and things like that, but I just read in case they read a different genre to me, or if I pick a book or genre or author, it might not be one where it appeals to the other people in the group. So I'd rather just enjoy the books by myself and read the authors and books I want to read than, then worry or be concerned if other people don't agree with my choice of authors and things. Sorry, going back to note number 6 as well, to me it'd be like a competition to try and hurry and read a book from one month to the next in regards to book groups. Again, I'm not the fastest reader, so it probably won't be in my best interest to join a local book group in real life anyway. And I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. Truth. And I'd rather just be by myself and read solitary than be part of a group. It's not that I might not even like the books that other people choose, and it might cause a bit of a issue, especially if it's like Hallmark, mushy, smushy, stuff. But yeah, solitary. Number 8, emotional or analytical. It depends on the book. It really does depend on the book, as in whether I'm emotionally tied to it or not. I presume that's what you mean, Mike. I have read books in the past where I'm like, not that I not enjoyed it, but it's just that I'm not the pull to the characters to care whether they survive or not, But I mean, yeah, it's been sad if some of the characters that I've sort of liked, end up getting, well, find themselves in being killed, I suppose, being killed and things like that. But it just depends on the book, and the characters who I'm attached to, I think. And the I don't know. Yeah, I think it just depends on the book. It depends on the book. It depends on the characters, and it just depends on how I feel as a reader. I guess at the time as well of reading. So basically, like, if things like on my mind and things like that, or wherever, and I'm reading, and there's like an emotional scene in the book, then that probably would invoke tears. But I think that just depends on how I'm feeling at the time. And yet other times when I'm feeling a little bit more, not just couldn't care less, but like upbeat and stuff, I'll be like, yeah. Again, it is what it is. Yeah, it depends how I feel at the time, I think. There has been a few books that's made me upset. There has been a few books that's made me cry and things. But I guess that's a sign of a good writer, if their characters can evoke then emotions, that's a sign of a good author. And again, I think it just depends on your mindset and your emotional set at that time, in that moment of reading as well. So, yeah, I think it's maybe a mix of both, depending on how I feel at the time. And last question is for number 9, collector or minimalist? Collector. I mean, I can't live a minimalist life. I mean, there's no way I could follow that rule of 30 books should be enough. Or is it 30 books or 3 books or something like that lady said once? For like a minimalist lifestyle, I think it was. Which is great for them who can do that. It's fantastic. More space for other things, I suppose. But yeah, I'm gonna say collector. There's so many great books in the world and great authors and stuff. Why not have them? Why not have them? I mean, like, I am showing a bit of my bookcases today. I've got Anne Rice on that shelf, Clive Barker, Edgar Allan Poe, Dante, H.P. Lovecraft. Under that I've got Richard Lehman, I've got James Herbert, and on the other side I've got Kim Newman, Elaine Thompson, Paul Kane, Maria Regan, Sherry Priest, Tanith Lee, and plenty of others underneath. I have got small books in a small bookcase in the hallway. I've got like Paul Byers, oh my goodness, Sarah J. Maas, I can't remember what else is on there. I've got some steampunk ones and horror ones. I can't remember the names of the authors now. Oh no, I think I've got Sherry Priest in the hall. I've got Madeleine Roux. It's either Sherry Priest, yeah. I've got Madeleine Roux on this bookshelf and Sherry Priest in there, which is like is it Clockwork Century? Like Baron Shaker and I think it's called the Clockwork Century books, and the first one is Baron Shaker, and they're like steampunk, kind of horror steampunk, and I've got like different authors, and then upstairs I've got in my little bookcase. I've got a Lady Taylor. My partner's got his graphic novels on there. Emmy Morgenstern and quite a few others as well. I'll have to do a bookshelf tour one of the days, I think. Maybe a bookcase tour. I'll do that one of the days, I think. But yeah, collector, minimalist, no chance. I mean, I have had book hauls in the past. I've done book hauls in the past and things like that. But I just think it's nice. It's just nice to have books on your bookcase. It doesn't matter if they're brand new or second hand or whatever. It's just nice that you can just jump into these adventures, you can jump into these stories and just escape the world, you know, for however long you want or however short time as you want these stories, and they're always there. You know, there's always new adventures to be had and new characters to meet and old friends to catch up with from time to time. And like the start. So yeah, it's like it's just nice, you know, and why not? You know, there's worse addictions to have than book buying. So it's just nice just to escape into the stories and just live a different life, you know, at times, and just enjoy, you know, kick back with a cup of tea and a novel and a snack and just have some great me time, exploring new worlds and hanging out with characters and just enjoy. You know, that's what reading's about. Enjoyment. Taking me time and just, you know, enjoy it. And that is what reading and book collecting is all about. And that's it. So hopefully I've done this tag right, and hopefully I've got got the gist of these questions, and hopefully I've done this okay for my first tag video. And being on video, and now you'll understand the reason why I don't put myself on video. But I thought it'd be impolite to just do a voiceover or like a hand show and tell in regards to doing a tag. It's different, I think, when doing like book reviews or sorry, unboxings and things like that. But I think when you're tagged in something, and as I say, this is the first tag I've ever done, but it's only right and it's only polite to you know, do like a face-to-face facial video thing, and hopefully I've done this right. So thank you, Mike at Bibliophile Reads, for the tag. I'm not sure why I never got the notification until I looked on your video and looked on the description to see the tag. I'm not sure what's going on there in regards to tags and stuff where I don't receive notifications. You know, I can see notifications like for replies and things like that, but not for like tag posts and stuff. But now I'll go off tangent. So thank you, Mike at Bibliophile Reads, for the tag, and fingers crossed this has worked, and fingers crossed I've answered the questions right, and so thank you. And that was fun. I enjoyed that. And thank you again, Mike. And take care. And everyone, thank you for watching. Take care. Happy reading. And I'll see you all again in my next video, if you want to watch. Bye for now. Bye bye.